Good afternoon again. Can somebody recap what we did last time? Anybody? Summarize what we learned in the last class.
We went deeper into
Advanced Windows what? Security feature. Okay, so if I may ask, lady over there, what is cyber security all about? All right. Olga, why is cyber security important in today's society?
Tells you the details to use servers, ensuring that organizations organization files are safe.
Okay.
So there's like to ensure that you produce confidentiality, integrity, and to ensure.
Yeah, that was the definition she gave. Why? I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand that in any definition. But the angle I'm coming from is quite different from the definition you are. What is the factor that is actually calling for learning cybersecurity? Were you hearing cybersecurity before now, the way you are hearing it today? So what is actually triggering it? That is what I want somebody to talk on. What have you identified as a reason why all of a sudden cybersecurity is now topping tech domains? What led or what is it? Because there is high what? Rate of what? Cyber what? Attack. And how many of us have noticed that the level of the thieves we used to have has reduced? Those days you hear, people breaking shops almost on a night basis. You hear that the shop was broken and things were cut away. Are you hearing those things like that? So what do you think have reduced that attack?
Okay, sorry.
I mean, you are the one. The focus have changed. People are now stealing more on the internet than what? The physical what? Stealing. Those days, people used to stock money in their houses, right? But today, those guys too know that if somebody comes to your house, now the highest cash you can, see is 1,000 naira or maybe 10,000. You know that majority of your money are kept in the what? In the bank. And bank is operating on the what? The internet. So the focus has changed. So that is the reason why we started looking at, or that is the reason why Microsoft now introduced the advanced what? Security feature, knowing that the internet needs more security now compared to what? Before. All right. Now, who can mention those introduce advanced Windows security feature? Not who. Yes. Can you mention at least 2 to 3 advanced Windows security features? The Windows hellos, BitLocker, Window Defender, right? Can you tell us what is the Windows Hellos all about? Because the word does not really look like it. The word does not really look at. I think until you break it down that, okay, Windows Hello, this is an example of what? Windows what? Hello. Maybe we can understand it. Good. Fingerprint. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm still going to dwell on the practical today. Probably on Monday, we go back to the theoretical aspects. You remember that we have been on this slide, only that one of the topic within the, I think after discussing the effective security layers or part of it, that was what led to the practical that we are doing. Now we still have a lot of background knowledge we need to have. This program is not just all about what? Practical. It also involves what? Being informed, knowing what you need to know, awareness. Because that awareness, like I explained the other time, is what some bad guys are taking advantage of. Some individuals are not aware of their ways, so they can easily fall. So if in a training like this, we are telling you their ways, you are also getting what? Informed. That is one of the major reasons why you can become the chief security advisor, cyber security advisor to that company, because you can brief them, you can guide them, you can what? Advise them on how to go with their security. So let's quickly start with a hard drive, system hard drive partition, so that we can complete the BitLocker, right? That we started. Let's quickly look at that. System hard drive partition. System hard drive partition. System hard drive what? Partition. So let's start by knowing the term partition. You see, some of these things that I'm teaching us, I know if I did not tell you, you would not know that you can make money from them outside cybersecurity. All this I'm teaching you, like this partition now, it is the responsibility of system what? Engineers. If you go to Kowe now, or Computer Village, or any of those places where they fix system, and you tell them that you want to create partition on your hard drive, I am 100% sure that if you don't pay any money, you pay like 5K just to get the hard drive what? Partition. So that is what you are also learning under what? Cyber what? Security now. So what I'm saying is that is a standalone skill that you can sell even outside what? Cyber security. You can come across a friend or someone who is saying that does not have money to buy flash drive as what? External backup. And then you ask the person, can I check your system? And then by the time you have access to the system, you discover that the person have what? Too much space. Then you can now say, okay, I can help you to create space out of this space that can act as what? External or a backup, which means that your Microsoft Windows is here, right? If for any reason the window crash, whatever I store here cannot be affected. Hope you know that. So which means that if by tomorrow the window crash that lead to formatting, this is what you format. As soon as you are done formatting this one will be there. Then from there you can transfer what? The file. That is a standard that every individual that uses laptop, that uses system, that does not have external backup, this is what he or she is supposed to do by standard. It's just that here, in fact, we are good. I don't want to, because I'm here for now. I'm here for now. Maybe by the time I leave now, I can be talking from that side. But in as much I'm still here, whatever I'm saying affects me. Okay, what I'm saying is that by standard, every individual is supposed to be security what? Conscious. They are supposed to be proactive rather than what? Reactive, right? You see somebody that can use 3 million to buy laptop. I have seen them as an engineer that when I look at the laptop they want me to work on and I quantify the cost, that should be a laptop that worth about 2 million. And then by the time I see such a laptop, I say, Madam or Oga, this laptop is too expensive for it to run without what? Antivirus. We should not just depend on this free version. Let's go and buy licensed antivirus, 15K for 1 year. You say, it's too much. You see our mentality. Somebody can use 2 million to buy a device, but he cannot spend what? 15,000 to protect it. These are the things the bad guys are taking advantage of. But this thing cannot happen over there. You go to some country, individual, the very first thing they will ensure is what? The security of their system. That is why if you travel out from here now, this key is like a hot kick over there. But there is going to be a clause. You go and find out by yourself. There is something that will affect you from being from this place if you are there practicing. So except you have proven to them, maybe after becoming a student, after some years, they know you, so they will now believe that you are those people again. I don't call any place name. I'm just on my own teaching. Okay? So I'm just telling you based on the feedback I'm getting from some of my students that have traveled out there that are reaching out to me that sir, these are the challenges that we are facing as people from this side, particularly from this place. They don't want to give us the main server room to protect. They would rather subject us to the supervisor or some areas that is not, too sensitive. But those areas does not really have more money. But anyway, the Lord will help us. Let's proceed. So next election, make sure you vote very well. So that because when you say you don't want to vote, your image will be affected, to affect you, to affect me. So stop saying you don't want to vote. Go out and vote. I think I'll pass my message on the internet in case you come across this video. Vote 2027. All right. So now let's go back to our business. I just want us to know that being a cybersecurity expert, some level of responsibility is also what involved. Don't be wayward. Like one of my class, before this person will go and do a procona. If I hear, like one of my class, there was a guy that I looked at him and I told him that, do you think anybody can employ you as a cybersecurity expert the way you are appearing? Look at your hair, look at your earring everywhere. Can you be hire you as their cybersecurity expert with this appearance? So responsibility is very important. The way we live. If not, company will still reject you, but you will not be among those people in Jesus' name. All right, so partition. What is system hard drive partition? Quickly, let's start by knowing what it is. System hard drive what? Partition. Right. Is a division of a hard drive into separate. Is what? A division of hard drive into separate, independent, underline the keyword, separate, independent sections. So the three keywords we are to explain here, or we are to take note of, are separate, right? Independent, and what? Section. Now that it is the independency that make me to say that this particular drive, whatever that happened here, if the system crash, will not affect because what? It stands what? Alone. It's not together with the entire system. It's supposed to be backup. Like your flash drive or your external drive. Is it meant to be in the system? You only connect it when you want to use it, right? Okay. So that is the simple definition of what? System partition. I believe someone understand what it means that what? From here, we want to divide, right? We want to share one physical storage into what? Multiple what? Virtual what? Storage. Hope you know that is a virtual storage. This is the only physical what? Storage. Every other one you carved from it. Those ones are what? Virtual. They are image. They are image, so that you don't think that the computer has a 2 hard drive. So that you not go and open your laptop one day and begin to look for the backup hard drive from the main hard drive. Okay. All right. So let's proceed. Where did I stop? Notes. Additional notes. Each partition can be treated as a separate disk. Attach this note. Each partition can be treated as a separate disk. So which means that I can wake up tomorrow now and install 2 different operating systems in one system. Hope you know that. Because I can put Windows 7 here. I'll put Windows 8 here. So whenever I want to load the system will now be prompting what? 2 options. Which one do I want to what? Run. So that is what we do, we engineers. When you bring your system and it's okay, you want to install Windows 10 on one side and Windows 7 on one side, probably because there's an app that works better with what? Windows 7, but you still want to have Windows 10 or 11, we will start by partitioning. But that partition will happen from the point of the very first time of installation. But if you have gone past that stage, let's say you have already installed the system before the issue of what? Partitioning comes in. That is when you go through what we are doing now. Like when I was installing his own system now, that will have been the best option to partition from there. So that once the system is ready, the 2 of them or 3 of them will be ready. But peradventure, you have already installed your Windows before you want to partition. Then you go through this step that we want to go through now. All right. So let's look at the benefit of system drive partitioning, because you need to have concrete knowledge of it, because you are going to be hired by an organization and they want you at some point to explain to them. You cannot tell your boss. See, it is always people that are learning to be roadside people or partitioner that we hate, you know, the definition of what they are particularizing. For example, now, if a bank employs you tomorrow, the MD asks you, this option you are recommending, that one of the way I can secure this organization file, I need to partition the system drive and then relocate all our main file to a different partition. The person now asks you, sir, please, can you come down to my level? What is partition? That is your boss asking you now. Just imagine you cannot even define it. You cannot even spell out any of the benefits. Do you think you will approve it? Hello? Do you think you will approve it when you cannot cite some benefits of doing what you are saying you want to do? So let's quickly look at some of the benefits. Number 1, organization. The word organization, we're talking about what? Arrangement. Are you with me? Organization. How does that work? Right. Partition helps organize data. Partition helps organize what? Data, comma, making it easier to manage and maintain. The key word there, easier to manage and what? Maintain. You can see these 2 partitions now. So all my lecturing materials are assembled what? Here. So each time I want to teach, I can easily what? Fetch it. Any file that does not relate to what I used to teach, I don't add it here. So that is the organization we're talking about. See, there are what we call information management that every computer user must know. If I ask you now, do you have knowledge of managing information? It is a course that people study in school. Information what? Management what? System. Number 2, benefit, separation. Separation. Number 2, benefit, separation. Separation. Are you with me? Separation. Partition can separate system files from data file. Who can tell us the difference between system file and data file? Can anybody help us? System file and data files. System file. You know, when you install Microsoft Office, that process of installation, you are transferring the file, the installation file, into what? The local disk. So that when you remove that installation CD, each time you want to load that Office, that Microsoft Word, is able to access what? The programming, the code, or the scripts that was used in writing it for it to run. Then the information you create, what to type with Microsoft Word now and save, those ones are what? Data what? File. So when you partition, that is why, look up here. If you try, I just opened the local drive. All your installed applications have their directory here. Hope you are aware. Now, did you see any file stored here that is not in the folder? You can't save anything here without what? Wrapping it in what? A folder. It will reject it because this area has very high level of what? Security. So if you want to keep anything here, you have to put it what? In a folder. So that is one of the benefits of what? System partitioning. Number 3, before we go for the steps. Number 3 is what? Multi-boot. Number 3, multi-boot. 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 That is the one I talked about the other time. I can have multiple what? Booting. That is what? One window with boot one, another one. I believe you understand what I mean by what? Booting, right? So let's write note on that. Partition can be used to install multiple operating systems. Partition can be used to install multiple operating systems on a single hard drive. On a single what? Hard drive. On a single hard drive. Are we together? So these are the benefits of what? Partitioning what? Hard drive. So let's quickly look at the steps. So let me put it this way. As a cybersecurity specialist or expert, why will you recommend partitioning? It helps auto secure, right? Because in our own case, we are partitioning the hard drive so that we can do what? We can lock it. Steps on how to create a hard drive partition. Number 1, press Window plus R. Press the window key plus R. Let me show us what that means. Look up. You will see, if you are looking at the screen, please look up. On your keyboard, there is a button that have this logo. Check your keyboard. Please, we have to be doing it together. Have we all seen it? Good. Now, what we are saying is that what? You hold down that button and press letter R. An interface or a window like this will what? We open. Oh yeah, let's make sure we are confirming. Are we all there? All right. Now, inside it,
is already, the command is already out there. What can you see inside it? This mgmt, right? If you cannot find it, you type it. So go back to your note and write what? Then type exactly what you are seeing there in case it does not come up, so that you know what you have to type there manually. It should, if you have activated your own, is it not there? Is your own blank? No, your own. You should be able to write it from your own. Those of you are looking at the screen. Okay, because we have not done it before. Okay, oh yeah, right. This mgmt dot msc. Look at this. That is what I pasted here now. Just start from this. Where is this? Let me move this. Can you see it now? Look at it here. Look at it here. Can you see it now? This is what we have to write. The second line. Oh yeah. Let's do that. Are we? Okay. All right. So now, once you have imputed this, then you click OK. Click OK. Then accept the window Defender security alert by selecting yes. And then that will open an interface like this, analyzing all your drive. So we should be able to get to the, everybody, you have to be following me. We are doing it together. Okay. Can we proceed now? Are we all there? Okay. So the next step, please, let me explain this environment. You need to be careful when you are in this environment so that you don't destroy your drive. And I'm not sure that you are going to have as much as listed what? Drive like mine, right? So how many of them do you have? I can see drive C, check your own. I can see disk O, partition 4. I can see my backup, drive D, and then system reserve. Can you see something like that? How many can you see? Three, good. Now, you see all of them have what? A segment. Can you see that? All of them have segment representing them. Letter C always represent what? Local drive. While letter B and A represent what? Floppy what? Disks. But you know that we are no longer in that what? That era. Now, you need to identify the drive you want to partition. That's your next step. Go back to your notes. Identify the drive you want to partition among the listed drives. Identify the drive you want to partition. Identify the drive you want to partition. So in your own case, if you have not done any partition before, then I will encourage you to what? I have already created, because your own you are going to create before you what? You can initialize it. So let's continue with the step. So the next step is what? You have to right-click on that drive that you have identified. So let's say I have identified this very one. right click on it and select what? New simple volume. Sorry, not that. Right click on it and select what? Shrink volume. Why it shows me that? Because I've already created the partition. So that shrink means, look up. What we are saying is that what? From that space, shrink means what? Compress what you already have there. If they are scattered all over the whole space, compress them. In other words, push them to what? One side, so that I can have space to what? To take. So let's go there now. Don't worry. Don't be afraid of if you don't have space to tell you that what? You don't have space. So let's go there. So right click on that. In this case, I am doing that on my drive C, because this one is one of the partition that I created yet to be formatted. So my own, I'm not going to follow it to the end because I already created one. That's why it's showing this black, meaning that what? That partition has been created but has not been formatted. That's the reason why you are not seeing it where you were seeing that my backup. So what I'm going to do is that I will just create, but I will not implement to the end. But you do your own to the end. Then you will not have something like this. Okay? So now you right click and then you select what? Shrink volume. It will start analyzing, querying the drive. That is what is asking the drive whether you have space to take. Is make sure that you are following it to as we are learning. So it might take some time based on the volume of content in that drive that is trying to what? To shrink. But if your own has completed, you let me know. So what do you have there? You should be having options. Okay, good. So this is what you have there, right? Now let's look at the interpretation. It says total size before you shrink was what? 37,000 plus, right? That's equivalent to, yeah, in gig. Now, size of available string space, the space that you have, right, that you can take from is this. So you shouldn't put any value higher than this. You cannot take more than what is telling you that you can take. So out of this, you specify, if possible, less than that, and click on what? Shrink quickly. But mine, I'm going to cancel because I'll wait for your own to create a partition like this one. You have question? Okay.
Can get that by speaking doing extend instead of shrink.
Okay. No, I don't want to take this one now. That is after if I don't want it.
Yeah.
But I want to.
Okay.
I want to stop here. Yes. Okay.
Bring everything in this one.
Huh?
Mistakenly shrink everything. Like this.
Everything. Are you sure it's everything? Not everything. There's this space. Okay, or out of that space that came, have it? No, you can actually use that space.
That's easy.
Is it the whole space that is showing there?
Yes.
So the total hard drive, the total drive space is what?
It's 500.
500 gig. Let it continue. After all, we have not installed anything. Let's just say. I hope we should not. Which one is the question? Okay, let's say. Let's see. Oh, let it continue.
Okay, so now I believe you have got to your partition like this, right? Now, the next step is to allocate it because currently it's telling you that what is not allocated. And because it's not allocated, look up, because it's not allocated, that is why if you come to your file explorer and select this PC, you cannot see it mentioned here. Once we have allocated it, you will now be able to what? To see it here. So let's go back. So right click on that unallocated drive. I hope you are writing your step and select new simple volume. Right click on the unallocated drive and select new simple volume. And select new simple volume. And select what? New simple volume. So once you click, it will bring out a wizard like this. And then you click on next. Please, let's be doing that. I want us to be doing it together. And make sure you are writing your steps if you are not doing it now. So click on next. Then it will now ask you. It will now ask you the space you want to take. And the minimum disk space in. This is the least you can take, and out of this whole space, maximum disk that I can take is this. Out of this, if I don't want to use everything, I want to take some parts. That is when, but if I want to go ahead with everything, I will just select what? Next. And then to ask you to choose the letter that will be used to identify it, just like the way D is representing what? Look at it here. This is what is asking for. Here now, which letter is representing this one? D, right? While here is what? Is C. So what is asking now, which preferred letter do you want to use? So there are so many letters. So that once you see that letter, oh, this is the letter representing my backup. So, but since there's no one using F, I want to leave it there. And then I'll click on what? Next. Then you will now choose your formats. Hope you are still writing your step, please. Choose your formatting or file reading format. Choose your formatting or file reading format. Are we there? Your file reading what? Format. So we have options here. We have what? NTFS, which is the latest technology. Please always choose that one, because if you don't choose this one, if you choose these facts, these are the kind of flash drive. You know, there are some flash drive that once you connect them, they will just change to what? Shortcuts. Right? Because probably what? They are operating what? FAT instead of what? TFS, which means new technology file system. That is the meaning of what? That acronym, new technology system. While the FAT is what? File allocation table. File allocation table. So these are the two options we have. And I am recommending what? NTFS. As the name implies, new technology. And then you cannot give it a name. You can delete this and give it a name. Let's say what? Backup 2. Backup 2 because I already have what? One backup. Backup 2. So your next step, give the volume a name under volume label. Give the volume a name under what? Volume what? Label. And click on next. And click on next. And click on what? Next. So once I click on next, now to give you the breakdown, I hope you are also following me. And click on what? Next. So from here, I'll click on what? Finish. And then look at what it says. The operation you select will convert the selected basic disk to dynamic what? Disks. If you convert the disks to, I don't know if you are having that message. You may not be having because of what? The way my own is. So let me see what it says, except the so what do you have? After clicking, I think you should have your partition, right? Now, since you have your partition, let's look at what? How to check it. To check your partition, click on File Explorer and select this PC. Then let's check whether you to find the name of that. Remember that what? I declined mine because of that error. I don't want it to go and delete any of my file. I think I was doing something the other time and I stopped it halfway. But your own should be able to complete. And maybe it's complete. Are you able to see it here? Good. So that is now, let's quickly proceed to the BitLocker now. Let's go and BitLock it. So to BitLock it, right click on it and select what? Open what? Right click on it and select turn on BitLocker. Let's just complete the step now properly. I said what? Right click on it and select what? BitLocker. What do you get? Let me try, though I don't want it, but let me just so you can see the step. You know, we were already on it and we stopped somewhere because of the issue of saving our what? Encryption key, right? So now that you are good, it will bring you here. Then you select save to file, then choose any of the folder, create a huh? Yes, but who else again? Let's confirm. Since you are going with password, because there is an option that you have to specify before it will bring up that password option. We have password, we have another option, the recovery key option, and then we have probably you are already on that password option. Are we all following it? Where are you now? Because I don't want to proceed from here. Password. Now, the next step, enter your password. Please make sure that you write down the password somewhere. Are we together? All right. So now restart, enter your password. Now restart your computer. Let's see whether the key will be there. We are restart now.
After putting password, that means to save the file.
So what we are that option, look at the drive now that you partition, right? If you have already stored some file inside it, is it the whole of the space or whether you are going to store file? Is it that it should be protecting only the space that you have stored file or both the space you are yet to store file and where you have stored file? Which option do you have there now? There are two options now. One say entire, right? Good. Entire means what? It will secure the total space. While the other one, it will only secure the section where you have information. So which one do you think is more secure? Entire space. So as soon as you add more file tomorrow, even the empty space there should be protected. That is meaning.
Choose new encryption mode to be.
Choose what?
You choose which encryption mode to use. They have the option of new encryption mode and have compatible mode.
Yeah, choose that first one. What do you have now?
Are you ready to encrypt this line?
Yes. Now, if you click on, we have delete volume there. But is your own option delete volume on? Is it on? And so you just click on it. That is all. There will, maybe I'm not on it now. Maybe let's see. Maybe I open it. Is it all opened? You right click on it. Yeah? You just want to do what? You right click and turn it off. So the place where we turn on now, have it? When you right click on it, what do you get there?
Manage local password.
Click on that manage BitLocker. There is my option.